Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com. And if you're like a lot of mixers today, you're doing quite a bit of work on headphones in addition to your monitors, or maybe you're working exclusively on headphones. So we need some really good tools to help these headphones that we're using help our mixes translate to all different kinds of playback systems that people may use. And there's a bunch of tools for this, but one of the ones I just became aware of is Realphones from dSONIQ. And we're on their website right here. And one of the cool things about it is it gives you a really long demo. So we'll scroll down here and we can see we have a 41-day trial. So you can use this thing for over a month and see if it works for you. There's a couple different versions you can get. You can see it's currently on sale and then the regular prices. The light pack is just the plug-in, and then you would buy separately each headphone profile that you want. The professional pack would give you 3 standard headphone profiles. It's probably all you need. And with the ultimate pack, you could get an unlimited amount of headphone profiles. And there's a ton of supported models. So if we go to this next tab here, all of these models are supported and they keep adding new ones. You have Atom Audio, a ton of AKG, some standard Apple stuff, Audis, Audio-Technicas, Beyerdynamics, Bose, Bowers & Wilkins. Scroll down, some more common ones, Sennheisers and Shures and Sonys. The Slate VSX, which I use, actually is really cool to have a separate system for using those in addition to the software that Slate is paired with, and just a bunch more. So a ton. You probably have the headphones on this list if you're using them for mixing. If you don't, they have generic profiles as well that you can look at. So I'm going to jump to it in the DAW here. I should also mention that it comes with a system-wide app if you want to use Realphones to monitor all of your system output, like listening to music or whatever else you might be doing outside the DAW. So you get the plug-in version plus the system-wide version. And we're going to do a quick overview of the controls first. And this is what we call easy mode. And you can check this on and off right here, but we're going to leave it on easy mode for now. First of all, you get your headphone selection here. Studio closed and open generics if they don't have your exact headphones on their list, or the headphones you want to use. In this case, I use Beyerdynamic DT880 Pros and the VSX from Stephen Slate Audio. I'm on the Beyerdynamics now, so I'll leave them on. The correction percentage here is the amount of frequency response correction EQ that's being applied on the profile. We have our monitoring bank down at the bottom where we can pick what kind of a monitoring environment we want to do. Flat studio, real studio, affordable monitors, so on and so forth. Our environment slider here is the depth of the listening environment we're in this case a studio. The brightness is a tilt EQ for any further correction you might want to add to it. This bypasses the environment only but leaves the headphone correction on. We can monitor the mid signal, the side signal. We can apply a high pass filter and listen to the low end only. So lots of cool things you can do just in this easy mode here. We can keep snapshots or overviews of the entire setup we have over here for easy to grab presets. We've got a limiter on the output because some of these corrections do add quite a bit of bass and that might push this clipping. So you can apply the limiter on your output or not. You have your output control down here. So some basic, easy to use controls in easy mode. For your basic monitoring setup, dSONIQ recommends you go through this step-by-step process. Load a reference track in, then you're going to pick whatever headphone profile for the headphone you're using. You're going to pick one of the presets called Mixing Basic Optimized Correction. Load that one. Then you would adjust your environment to taste, add any brightness or cut if you want to, play with this correction slider if it's over-colored and you want to reduce that until it becomes clear, and adjust your output level as needed. If you want to hear what it sounds like, you probably have some closed-back monitors. Grab them now. I'll put those on. There we go. I'll jump it back to my profile. So now if I jump to advanced mode, I just turn off easy mode here. There's a whole bunch of controls now that we can access. I'm not going to go over every single one here, but you can really deep dive into this thing much more so than most headphone correction software that I've tried before. So that's great. Now on the left, we have a bunch of different monitoring environments we can check our mix on. So if I want to go mix check, I can do mono, a mono cube like an Auratone, different monitors, consumer speakers, lo-fi speakers, roomy speakers. So it's just a great way of checking your mix on different environments. So I'm going to change this headphone profile again. This time I'll go studio open. So if you got an open back pair of headphones, put them on so you can listen. And then I'll kind of run through the mix check. Just a great way to make sure your mix translates in all these different environments. If we go over to mix mode, we can even check it out on earbuds. Check out if you had a sub. I mean, just some really good ways of doing it. This section here, near, mid, and far, are the basic speakers in the environment, so you can hear near fields, mid fields, and far fields. And again, we can change our speakers. It kind of gives you a description of each speaker set. You can go through here. And then we've got a lot more monitoring options over here. Mid, side, left, right, polarity reverse, swapping speakers, low end, mid-range, and high-end isolation. You can affect the tone here, all kinds of just really deep dive controls for this. And one of the really nice things about Realphones is it kind of combines together two different approaches to mixing with headphones. One is straight up headphone correction, kind of the SonarWorks path, where you're just applying an EQ curve to make sure your headphones are flat. The other is sort of a hardware-software pairing like Slate's VSX, where you get a certain headphone paired with software that's tuned for that headphone to kind of psychoacoustically create different listening environments. This does both. You can use any headphone you'd like from that giant list we looked at earlier, and then apply room on top of that if you want to. Of course, you could bypass the room completely, change the different monitors to monitor in different situations, make sure your mix translates across different listening environments, and do it all within this one program here. So in this just sort of first dive I've had looking at Realphones, it's a really great tool. It's an affordable tool and a very deep tool for mixing with headphones, which, let's be honest, a lot of us are doing nowadays. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.